Oh yeah, guys, Spiderbot here, and we got the Black Ops 2 Revolution DLC trailer. Was just released moments ago. I actually edited it to just put together the zombies portion for you. I'm going to show it here uncut, then we're going to break it down, baby. Let's take a look. Yeah!
Revolution is the new map pack for Black Ops 2.
4 brand new multiplayer maps, a brand new zombies co-op map, a new zombies game mode, and the Peacekeeper, the first DLC weapon ever offered in the history of Call of Duty.
It's going to be surprised around every corner.
Diarise takes place in the Far East in a series of crumbling skyscrapers. And what's cool about it is that for the first time we're introducing the element of verticality. We're combining open areas of gameplay as well as very narrow and dark corridors. And it's very much like a maze. You not only will get lost, but also there are so many dangerous places like elevator shafts that are open. If you don't pay attention, just fall into the chasm.
We've created this environment that is very surreal in nature. In certain parts, players may not be able to tell which side is up and which side is down. It's kind of like an MC Escher-style puzzle. Turn is a brand new game mode to Zombies. This is the first time we've added a new game mode with our DLC, and it allows players to do something that they have wanted to do for a long time, which is play as the zombie.
In this mode, you're going to run and wreak havoc, trying to take down the one lone human player. And if you're successful, you'll actually respawn as that lone human, and now it's on you to fend off the zombies, and you're going to get points for doing so. Revolution, 4 brand new multiplayer maps, a zombies co-op map, a brand new zombies game mode, and the Peacekeeper. All of this is available on January 29th, first on Xbox 360.
Oh yeah, a new game mode called Turn. We get to play as the zombies. Yeah! It's gonna be awesome. Anyways, let's take a look. I'm sorry. You know, I'm like a little excited. Okay, let's take a look at the trailer bit by bit because there's some interesting stuff that we want to take a look at here.
A brand.
All right. The first thing that popped into my head here was, is this MARLTON? Is MARLTON turned? And the curious thing about this trailer is that you don't actually see MARLTON as a character. You see Misty, you see Russman, you see Stuhlinger. I never saw MARLTON at all throughout the trailer. And then this guy, although if we look at a picture of MARLTON himself, I mean, it doesn't kind of look like him. Like he has a bit of a beard and he has more hair, but, you know, if he was zombified. Anyways, that was my first impression. I don't believe it is MARLTON, but it definitely looked like him. I mean, he's got the same shirt. I'm not sure about his tie. I can't really get a good picture of his tie there, but it rolled up sleeves and everything, so I don't know. Interesting. Now, the second image I pulled from that bit, you can clearly tell the zombie's eyes are blue. We couldn't get that from the poster image for the Revolution DLC that we covered before, but definitely looks like Richtofen is still in control of these zombies.
New zombie.
Another interesting thing here is the verticality that Riza mentions later on in the trailer, where you've got Misty up at the top here. You've got Stuhlinger, who appears to be one floor down, and then even further down, we can't actually make out who that is, if it's Russman or even if it's MARLTON perhaps, but definitely all 3 different levels. I'm sure if Misty jumped to Stuhlinger's level, perhaps she could survive, take a bit of damage, but I doubt she could drop down to that bottom level without dying.
Co-op map.
Here again, we see only 3 of the 4 characters. We've got Misty, Stuhlinger, and Russman. I don't know where MARLTON is. Why? I'm not sure why they wouldn't have him in this part of the trailer. If maybe he does get turned. I mean, wouldn't that be a freaking interesting turn of events if one of the characters actually got turned and was replaced with a totally new character? I don't know. That kind of blows my mind.
A new zombies game.
And then we've got the new game mode called Turned, where you can actually play as a zombie. There's 1 human character, and I don't know how many other characters can actually, or players can actually play. Hopefully up to 8 players, so you have 7 zombie characters, or 7 zombie players, and then 1 human player. I mean, the human player actually looks kind of weird. Now, the one thing that interests me here, although it may be disappointing at the same time, I'm not sure if this Turn game mode is going to apply on Farm and Town, which are the current Grief mode maps. All the footage looks like it's from Diner, so okay, it looks like they've opened up Diner as its own map, perhaps, specifically for Turned. So I'm not sure if you can only play Turned on Diner or if it's going to be available on Farm or Town, as well as if they're going to open up Grief on Diner and maybe even make Diner a survival map. I mean, they didn't mention it in the video at all, so I don't know. It makes me think they're not, but definitely this footage is taken from Diner.
Diorite takes place in the Far East in a series of crumbling skyscrapers.
Alright, so there's Riza, and he talks about this map taking place in several crumbling buildings, although it's hard to tell how you get from building to building. It doesn't appear as though you can get to the bottom floor and travel to the next building and then go up the floors or whatever, so there's got to be some way of transporting from one building to the other. Is that the helicopter that we saw in the poster image, perhaps?
And what's cool about it is that for the first time we're introducing the element of verticality.
Alright, some people had mentioned on Twitter about the point count. You see he has 97,630 points or whatever now, and he's only on round 1. But again, this is a dev environment. You can see the text in the upper right. There's that red text in the lower left. So it's kind of hard to make an assumption that, you know, there is bank credit perhaps on this map. I mean, it is entirely possible, but I don't think we can come out and say that. Considering that it looks, again, like he's in the dev environment, maybe he just gave himself a whole bunch of points. You don't know.
We're combining...
Now, we have something coming down from the sky. I don't know if these are meteors or what, or if maybe this is like a random event, or perhaps it's actually a triggered event having to do with a possible Easter egg on the map. Not sure, but it's interesting that prior to this event happening, the only zombies that we've seen are the white-collared zombies, whereas in this next segment, we're actually going to see zombies come in that are dressed in military gear. So does this event have something to do with that? Is there some linkage to the helicopter? Not sure, but after this point in time is when we first begin to see the zombies that are actually have body armor that look like the zombies that were in the poster image for Die Rise and Revolution DLC.
Open areas of gameplay as well as very narrow dark corridors, and it's very much like a maze. You not only will get lost, but also...
Alright, so there were a few things in that segment. I didn't stop it at every point in time, but it looks like they're in some kind of room where they're sewing. Maybe it's like this Chinese sweatshop where they sew together clothes or whatever. We saw a fan, which perhaps is part of a buildable item. We saw the power switch, and we saw, or are now seeing, the zombies that are dressed in military gear, and it's unclear where these zombies are actually coming from.
So there are so many dangerous places like you know, elevator shafts that are open. If you don't pay attention, just fall into the chasm.
We've created this environment that is very surreal in nature.
Okay, so this is the first image that we see that has that sort of MC Escher look and feel to it. It's going to be somewhat confusing. I mean, this one doesn't look too bad, but there's another one we're going to see in a second. You know, you've got these platforms, again, the verticality, but I think that the Easter egg is going to be, the Easter egg that hopefully will exist on this map, is going to have something to do with MC Escher, maybe perhaps one of his paintings, one or more of his paintings with a connection back to Tower of Babel, and it'll be interesting to see it, you know, the other things that they place on the map, like the signage and paintings and posters and scribblings on the wall or pieces of paper lying on the floor. I can't wait to get my hands on this map, man. January 29th is not going to come soon enough.
Certain parts players may not be able to tell which.
So here's another image, an MC Escher type image that I think is probably of the same room, maybe the other side, looking at it from the other direction perhaps, or maybe it's a different section, but again, that MC Escher feel, and it looks like there's a Buddha sitting over there leaning against the pillar, but I wonder what other clues this map holds. Man, come on!
Which side is up and which side is down. It's kind of like an MC Escher style puzzle. Turn is a brand new game mode to Zombies. This is the first time we've added a new game mode with our DLC, and it allows players to do something that they have wanted to do for a long time, which is play as the zombie.
In this mode, you're going to run and wreak havoc, trying to take down the one lone human player. And if you're successful, you'll actually respawn as that lone human, and now it's on you to fend off the zombies, and you're going to get points for doing so.
So just going back to the turned game mode, which is the new game mode, you can actually be a zombie. Not sure if it's 3v1 or perhaps it's 7v1. It would make more sense as 7v1 just because, you know, there's that many more zombies coming after you. I don't know. I think this mode may get old quite quickly. Not sure. Depends how it plays. If it's only available on the one map, then for sure it will. But even if it was available as well on town and farm, and hopefully it is, I'm not sure how much longevity it will have, but hey, you know what? It's awesome nonetheless. We get to be a zombie for the first time in COD Zombies. Yes! I can't wait to get you guys some gameplay on it, but I can't see having too much gameplay posted up on the channel of this this mode. More on the regular map, the die rise, man. It's all about die rise and the Easter eggs and that kind of shit, right? Yeah!
Revolution, 4 brand new multiplayer maps, a zombies co-op map, a brand new zombies game mode, first on Xbox 360.
All right, guys, that's it. I'm sure I missed stuff. I mean, in that last segment, there was like a TV beside Stuhlinger. You could just see the corner of it, and it was turned on and had those bars on it, those vertical bars when the channel's out of service. But you know, there are going to be things that I miss in the trailer. I mean, we're going to cover it. Don't worry, man. When the map comes out on the 29th, we're going to cover it all. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. It's something new. It's something fresh, coming off of Transit, which, you know, I think a lot of people consider somewhat disappointing. So let's hope that the bar is raised on Die Rise. And where's Marlton? I want to know where Marlton is. Marlton! You're not in the bunker, are you? Oh, also, I should also mention the time frame. Again, the time frame appears as though it's more modern. So I'm wondering what the tie-in is going to be, what the storyline is going to be. You know, not only how did the group get to China, but if it is indeed a different time frame, then how did they get to that time frame, right? How did they do that initiate that time travel? How did they get there? And maybe that's the map will tell that story, or we'll see some sort of story like Call of the Dead. We had a cutscene before the map loaded, right? So maybe there'll be a cutscene like that. I don't know. Anyways, I'm really excited. Hope you guys are too, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun going through this and breaking it apart and picking some of the details out. Like I said, I probably missed some stuff, but hey, we'll get it when the map comes out. I'm Spider and I'm out.